tension is thicker than ever, and the upcoming episodes are promising to deliver some of the most explosive confrontations we have seen all season. Grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let us dissect every single juicy detail of the upcoming August 18th episode of Beyond the Gates. Let us start with the absolute chaotic mess that is Haley Hamilton. If you have been watching closely, you know that Haley is currently spiraling out of control, and honestly, I am here for the drama. In the upcoming episode, Haley and Ashley Morgan are going to have a massive, fiery conflict right in the middle of Garland Memorial Hospital. It seems that Haley is taking all of her boiling anger out on the innocent nurse because absolutely none of her sinister plans are going the way she wanted. We all know Haley has been slowly and methodically poisoning Bill Hamilton with those toxic green smoothies, hoping to trigger a fatal heart attack so she can whisk his body away to St. Bart's. Cremate him immediately to avoid a toxicology report and walk away with a cool $10 million in life insurance. But thanks to Caroline Lee finding Bill collapsed on the floor and calling 911, Bill is currently recovering with a brand new pacemaker. Haley's grand murder plot has hit a massive brick wall, and she is panicking. So, what does a cornered, desperate Black Widow do? She lashes out. During this intense hospital showdown, Haley is going to strictly instruct Ashley regarding the official visitor list for Bill. Specifically, Haley is going to explicitly ban one person from ever setting foot in that hospital room, Danny Dupree. Haley is absolutely terrified of the undeniable connection between Bill and his ex-wife. But this makes me wonder, will Ashley actually listen to Haley? Ashley has been growing incredibly suspicious of Haley's behavior, and considering Ashley's loyalty to the Dupree family, my theory is that Ashley might just look the other way if Danny decides to sneak in. Or, worse for Haley, Ashley might start looking into Bill's blood work to see exactly what caused this sudden cardiac arrest. Could Ashley be the one to uncover the poison? Meanwhile, lying in that hospital bed, Bill Hamilton remains completely and utterly oblivious to the fact that his health is in critical, life-threatening danger. It is almost comical how arrogant this man is. Instead of resting and taking his pacemaker surgery seriously, Bill is still playing with fire. The spoilers reveal that Bill is going to continue joking around and flirting with Danny. He just cannot let go of that secret, passionate hookup they shared in the elevator during the tornado. Bill's ego is so massive that he views his near-death experience as a minor inconvenience rather than a wake-up call. But that is not all. His relentless taunting and inappropriate joking with Danny are going to set the stage for a fierce, explosive argument by the end of the week. My theory is that Bill is going to push Danny too far. Danny is already consumed by immense guilt over betraying her current husband, Andre Richardson. She loves Andre, but Bill knows exactly which buttons to push to unnerve her. If Bill keeps joking about their infidelity out in the open, someone is going to overhear them. Could Haley be lurking in the hallway? Could Andre walk in at the exact wrong moment? I am predicting that Bill's arrogance is going to blow up in his face, and he might end up losing both his wife and his ex-wife in one fell swoop. What do you guys think? Will Bill's heart give out from the stress of his own toxic love triangle before Haley's poison even finishes the job? Now, let us shift gears and talk about a storyline that is equally tragic and infuriating: Leslie Thomas and her endless delusional pursuit of Ted Richardson. For months, Leslie has been clinging to this fantasy that she and Ted are going to magically reunite and become a happy family with their daughter, Eva. This is despite the fact that Ted has explicitly confessed his love to Shanice Johnson. In the upcoming episode, Eva is going to have a massive impact on this situation. Eva is finally stepping up to give her mother the harsh, brutal reality check she so desperately needs. Eva is going to bluntly remind Leslie that a reconciliation with Ted is absolutely impossible. The words Eva uses are going to deeply provoke Leslie. In the latest BTG promo, we can see Leslie looking absolutely furious and devastated. Eva is not holding back. She is going to speak very bluntly about Leslie's delusional imaginary future with Ted. As a viewer, I have to say, it is about time someone knocked some sense into Leslie. I know it sounds harsh, and I know Eva's words are going to cause Leslie a tremendous amount of pain and sorrow, but this might be the only way to wake her up. Leslie needs to stop this pointless pursuit. But this makes me ask a darker question. How will Leslie react to being rejected so definitively by reality? Will she finally accept defeat and try to move on, perhaps focusing on the free clinic? Or will this rejection cause her to snap and seek revenge against Shanice? Leslie has a history of vindictive behavior, and a heartbroken Leslie is a dangerous Leslie. Speaking of Ted, he is going to have a very meaningful and significant conversation with Dr. Carlton Fitzgerald in this episode. Carlton is going to make an appearance, and Ted is going to frankly share his innermost thoughts and desires with him. In a surprising twist, Ted hopes that his ex-wife, Nicole Dupree, will choose Carlton over Dr. Kial Rollins. This is a fascinating dynamic to analyze. Why is Ted so invested in Nicole's love life? We know that Nicole recently harbored some intense, secret fantasies about Ted, and they even crossed a boundary recently. Does Ted secretly want Nicole to be with Carlton because he views Carlton as the safer, more stable choice? Or does Ted have some hidden animosity toward Kial? Kial is a great guy, but maybe Ted feels threatened by him. My personal theory is that Ted knows Carlton genuinely loved Nicole and walked away with dignity when he realized she was torn. Ted respects Carlton, and perhaps he believes Carlton is the only man truly worthy of Nicole. This leads us perfectly into Nicole's current dilemma. In this same episode, Nicole is going to sit down with Vanessa McBride to have a deep conversation about her complicated love life. Nicole is clearly struggling with her feelings. She's officially dating Kial exclusively, but her lingering feelings for Ted, combined with her guilt over hurting Carlton, have left her in a state of emotional paralysis. Is Nicole struggling because she doesn't know which man to choose, or is she struggling because she is afraid of commitment altogether? Vanessa is an interesting choice for a confidant. Vanessa's own love life is a chaotic disaster, considering she is dating Joey Armstrong, a casino boss with deep ties to the criminal underworld. What kind of advice will Vanessa possibly give? I speculate that Vanessa will tell Nicole to follow her passion and take a risk. Vanessa is all about living dangerously, so she might push Nicole to fully commit to Kial, or even suggest she explore those lingering sparks with Ted. Whatever Vanessa says, I just hope Nicole doesn't end up breaking Kial's heart, because he has been nothing but supportive of her. But wait, the hospital drama is far from over. The spoilers tease that Shanice Johnson is going to receive a highly unexpected request. Now, who could this be from? Given that all the attention in the hospital is currently focused on Bill Hamilton's critical condition, my investigative instincts are screaming that this request is directly related to Bill. Let us look at the possibilities. Could Haley be the one making the request? Perhaps Haley tries to bribe or manipulate Shanice into altering Bill's medical charts or ensuring that no toxicology screens are run. Haley knows that if the doctors look too closely at Bill's blood, they will find traces of the poison she has been slipping into his drink. On the other hand, what if the unexpected request comes from Dr. Madison Montgomery? Madison is a brilliant doctor, and she was already suspicious of Bill's abnormal blood test results from earlier in the year. What if Madison secretly asks Shanice to run a specialized, off-the-books toxicology panel on Bill? If Shanice agrees to do this, she could be the one to officially uncover Haley's murder plot. I am completely on the edge of my seat with this theory. If Shanice discovers the poison, it will blow the entire Hamilton family dynamic wide open. But it would also put Shanice in extreme danger. Haley has already proven she is willing to kill to get her $10 million. If Haley finds out Shanice is investigating her, Shanice could become her next target. Finally, let us dive into the intense political drama surrounding Martin Richardson's congressional campaign. We have known for a while that Bradley Smitty Smith, Martin's husband and a relentless investigative journalist, was invited to be a guest on the popular true crime podcast, Deadly in the DMV. The podcast wants to interview Smitty about his explosive articles exposing the illegal plasma ring and the elusive crime boss known as the Impaler, who we now know is Joey's sister, Heather Armstrong. Shonda, Martin's strict campaign manager, absolutely forbade Smitty from participating in the podcast, fearing it would bring unwanted, dangerous media attention to Martin's squeaky clean political run. Martin, however, being the supportive husband he is, told Smitty it was his choice. Well, the spoilers for August 18 reveal that Smitty is going to do something that deeply disappoints Martin. It is highly likely that Smitty went rogue and recorded the podcast anyway. This is a massive betrayal of trust. Why would Smitty risk his husband's political future Smitty is obsessed with finding justice for Derek Baldwin and exposing the red market. But his appearance on that podcast is going to have catastrophic consequences. Is Smitty's rogue journalism going to tank Martin's polling numbers? Will the press ambush Martin with questions about his husband's involvement with dangerous crime syndicates? But the political fallout is the least of their worries. If Smitty goes on a public platform like Deadly in the DMV and starts dropping clues about the impaler, Heather Armstrong is going to hear it. Heather has already demanded that Joey kill Smitty to silence him. Joey refused because Smitty is married to a politician, but Heather is ruthless. My darkest theory yet, by going on this podcast, Smitty has just signed his own death warrant. Heather is not going to let a journalist dismantle her international crime ring. Could we be looking at a kidnapping or an assassination attempt on Smitty in the coming week? I am terrified for him, and I am terrified for Martin's campaign. The web of secrets in Fairmont Crest is tightening, and every single character is walking on a razor's edge. From Haley's desperate, lethal cover-ups and Danny's suffocating guilt, to Leslie's shattered delusions and Smitty's dangerous pursuit of the truth, the stakes have never been higher. I cannot wait to see how these explosive storylines collide. Make sure you tune in because you will not want to miss a single second of the fallout.